What's going on, guys? It's Greg from East Coast Eyes. Today we have another tutorial for our new Mirage head, and this tutorial is going to be for both Ryan Brown and Deemer class. They both use the same exact pattern with semi-soft hero mesh in the Mirage, so they're both rocking this setup right now. Used it in their college alumni games and for our shoot day. So I strung this up, one for each. The morning they got here, they picked them up immediately, and we're just singing corners. It was pretty crazy, and they loved it. How light it was, how accurate it was, and how high and snappy the pocket sat. So first I'm going to break down the sidewall pattern for you and the top string, and then we'll get into the shooting strings. Basically, this pocket is a defined mid-high, can shift up pretty high when you're shooting, as you can see, but still shift down a little bit, but mostly these guys are two-handed cradlers and shooters, and some of the best there is. So now we'll get into how to string it. So first we're going to string the top string. It's the same top string placement as the tutorial for my stick. So we're going to use the second sidewall hole, and it's going to be a 9D top string. Again, if you need a tutorial for this top string, you can grab it at the link down in the description. We've done a couple. You could also swap it out for a triangle 9D top string if you wanted. So once you've got your top string done, your 9D, you want to make sure it's nice and even and tight all the way across. We're going to string up the sidewall pattern. So this is actually strikingly similar to what I use with a couple changes. So we're going to go with the classic loop start. Got your sidewall string through the outside of the third hole, through the back of the mesh, and then back around and loop it through that same third hole a second time. This is just another type of knot. It's going to lock that diamond down really, really tight. So for the second diamond mesh, we're going to skip 2 holes and come down and do an anchor knot. So in through the outside of the sidewall, up through the bottom of the mesh, and back around the string. This is going to create a knot that's going to keep the hole of mesh really, really tight to the sidewall, and it's not going to move or adjust. It's going to allow us to string that really tight channel and make sure that it stays tight. If you need help stringing that knot, we have a detailed tutorial. You can grab that down in the description. So next we're going to skip 1 sidewall hole and come down and do another knot on the third diamond. So same movement here, skipping a sidewall hole. And then finally, for our 4th knot, we're going to take the 4th diamond of mesh, skip 1 more sidewall hole, and anchor it down. So you can see here, 3rd hole, we've got a loop start, skip 2 knot, skip 1 knot, skip 1 knot. Now we're going to start to create our pocket. It's pulled the channel down nice and tight, which is how they like it. This is where it's going to start to differ from my pocket a little bit. They like a little higher, a little more whip. So we're going to go with a double here, through 1 diamond of mesh, back around through another without going through the sidewall, and then we're going to tie it off. And then they finish the pattern with a bunch of 1s going down. So another 1 without skipping a sidewall hole. Then another 1, not skipping a sidewall hole. And then we're going to finish with 2 final 1s. Both are going to space out 1 sidewall hole just to get to the bottom. And then the final 1 is a tie off. So I actually come from the back of the diamond down into the pocket and through from the inside of the sidewall. And then I like to loop it around once just so that that string tension stays nice and tight. Then you do your tie off, and the bottom string or the sidewall pattern is all done. So now we've got the bottom string, so you can see the 10 diamond row that we ended our sidewall pattern on. We're going to do the bottom string on that next 9 diamond row to keep it nice and tight, keep that pocket high. So we're going to start with our bottom string and go through the outside bottom string hole. And then we're going to come up through 1 to the outside on that 9 diamond row. So skip that very outside diamond and go through the next one. Skip 2 of those 9 diamonds and come down straight through the very center diamond. And then come back through on the next sidewall hole, right next to the one you started on. and then right back into the head on the third consecutive side, or bottom hole. Then come up from inside the pocket through that same middle diamond that the left side has, and come around to the outside, going through the second to last hole. So again, on the same side, keeping it symmetrical, center diamond, leaving one on the end. And then you're gonna come through and end on the far right bottom. And then you just wanna pull that tight a little bit, and that should keep that pocket in a nice position. So once you've got your sidewall pattern all dialed in, it's time to do the shooting strings. For them, they use a nylon and 2 U's. Most of you guys out there, if you're in college, high school, or youth, basically if you're not playing in a men's league or pro, you can't use the U's anymore. So you're gonna wanna go with straight shooting strings. This pattern is still gonna work. It's still gonna give you a really nice placement. And with the straight shooting strings, it's just gonna snap out a little bit more at those straights. So you could go with, I probably would stay away from 2 straights. I'd probably just go to 1 nylon and 1 straight on the 90 rows. But if you want to string these ones, we've got a tutorial for weave shooting strings. Basically, they've got a nylon on the second 10 diamond row and then a 6 and a 4 diamond U. And this is really gonna, like with that high pocket and that tight channel, just grab the ball, and they call it snap. And that's what they want here, is like a lot of snap out. And it's really gonna hold until the last second and whip out. That's why they can shoot so fast and they're still able to shoot accurately. So let me know what you guys think of this pocket, this pattern. Let me know if the tutorial helped. If you string it, make sure to give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.